Our guest list tonight reads like a positive who's that of the celebrity world. So let's see who exactly is filling their face. That's Pete Waterman, of course, responsible for Jason Donovan and Rick Astley. Very good of him to take the blame. That's Scott Mills and Joe Wiley from Radio 1. Joe, of course, hip, trendy, cutting-edge DJ. She was talking to Dermot Gavin earlier about gardening. So, back to recent events, and as you may have heard, Jim Davidson is no longer with us. He will be sorely missed. He's not dead, by the way. He's just not in Hell's Kitchen anymore. Well, I'm pretty sure he's not dead. Someone would have said. Well, we'll let you know if he is. Anyway, the question was, would the teams cope with another man down? Would Marco miss his favourite chef? And would Brian need plastic surgery to wipe the smile off his face?
When we got back to the house, Jim had left a letter. Adele read the letter out to us. I just felt like he's trying to worm his way out of it.
Hi, you lot. If you're reading this, your lives have just improved. I've gone. I'm sorry I seem to piss certain of you, most of you, off. But what you have to realise is that everybody has an opinion that means something to them. Brian, I didn't mean to upset you, and I never referred to you as a SL. You know that.
What's an SL?
Yeah.
And I certainly didn't intend to bully you, quite the reverse. I tried to be pally, but in your mind you thought of me as intimidating and bully. In my mind, I thought I was being friendly.
I think Jim's a very, very clever man, and it seemed to me that he had a little bit of time to think about what he'd said, so it was a load of nonsense, the letter, basically.
Girls, what can I say? Nothing. Anneka, good luck and keep cool. Barry, I'll never forget that walk. And as for issues, you're right, but then you usually are, champ.
Of course, some of them felt that it was premeditated and that he thought about what he was doing, and it was a very clever ploy. You know, call me naive if you want, but I like to think that he was sad about going, and it was a way of apologising.
Paul, next time I see you, I'll have the soul.
You can tell that he has feelings, you know, from the letter, you know. He's trying to state his case and leave it at that, I think.
P.S. Brian, G-A-Y means good as you, and you're as good as any.
He's just made an absolute fool of himself, and I think everyone will have seen him for his true colours, really. But the thing about Jim is he's not even bothered anyway what people think.
Adele, pass me that letter. A more respectful person would have asked to speak to me. I spoke to him twice when I had, you know, issues. He writes letters. And he was just away trying to get himself out of trouble. I'll be in charge of that. I will be honest, I think because of Jim's departure, I'm just relieved because I think I can go about my day without having to always be aware of what I do and what I say.
Please push on as quick as you can.
Yes.
I would like to get you a break today, but we are now 4 down.
OK, thank you.
OK, so please just push on.
Ooh, the stress is on, Matt.
Well, at least I won't get verbally abused for burning the brioche. And who burnt the brioche last night?
Twice.
Bits. Love it.
He burnt it twice. And you know what? I wanted you to say that.
Jim's gone then.
Right? Yeah.
Jim's gone.
Yeah.
Oh.
Are you disappointed?
I think he shouldn't have done that to himself. But he just says stupid things, like...
He doesn't say stupid things, he says hurtful things, really nasty, hurtful things.
You can't say that and get away with it.
The younger girls didn't get on with him. Anneka had no problem with him, and Brian and him were like oil and water from the very beginning. So in one sense, it's you know, it's a bit of a relief for them.
And I'm going to make the best tarts ever tonight. They'll be so fluffy and bouncy.
Jim's a great guy, and I don't want to say anything bad about him. You know, I got on favourably with him. But it's not just what he says, it's the way he says it, and he's upset a lot of people.
Ding dong, the witch is dead, the wicked witch, da-da-da-da.
Ding dong, the witch is gone. Cheers, cheers, Matt.
Cheers.
Ding dong, the witch is gone.
I'm really enjoying today. I'm liking the atmosphere.
Nice and light, pleasant, and smiling.
Aha. Ooh-hoo. I'm gonna get along without you now.
And roll, and roll, and roll, and roll. The atmosphere is wicked. We're all singing songs. We're really quite cheery. It's quite chilled. And like Anneka said earlier, she was like, I'm really liking it, you know, I'm really enjoying it today.
Just the two of us.
We can make it if we try. Just the two of us.
It's amazing what one person can do by not being here. Right, someone open the oven door. I've got a trotter that needs 12 minutes. So everyone just feels more relaxed. So hopefully now I can stop with the tears. But don't be too sure, because I could forget some cream again and just lose it.
With Bête Noire Jim Davidson gone, Adele was in high spirits, and her day suddenly got even better when in Marco's masterclass she was given the chance to admire another of God's wondrous creatures and boil it alive in scenes that some viewers may find delicious.
What we're going to do today is just do grilled lobster with a sauce vierge. These are doors. Yeah, of course, here.
Let me just try and pick it up.
I'll hold on.
Yeah.
Don't throw it at me.
Is it
Yeah. Look at him.
Ha, ha. It's like, ha.
They don't spit, do they?
How would you kill it? You're going to show us.
Oh, I'll show you. I've killed a lot in my time. First stage of the cooking is we will cook this for about, this is about 16-ounce lobster, so we'll mostly cook this for about 2.5 minutes in boiling water.
When we were told that we had to kill a lobster first, I was like, oh.
Watch. Someone time in 2.5 minutes. Just waving goodbye. Look at that.
That's harsh, that.
It was pretty cruel to like boil it, but it was I quite enjoyed it as well.
Still moving?
No, it's not.
Oh my God, it's a knife.
So the first thing we do is take off the big tentacle. So what we've got to do now is just dismantle. So you want to do it in one piece.
Lovely.
Down in one. Just with your knife.
That's the row.
You just slowly take it out.
Oh, there it goes.
What you do then is you take the tail out, okay? So lobster in the pan. So what we do now is... And now we just... So then what we do is we put the lobster in there, the claw in there. This is equal quantities of olive oil and butter. So now what we do with this is pop it in the oven for 2 minutes. So through your cloth, put the lemon juice in. We warm the tomatoes under the grill. A little bit of coriander in there, not much. So infuse with your basil. Okay, seasoning, anybody? So then what we do is... Oh, the neat. Okay.
Oh, wow.
So then you take your lobster out, yes?
So the first 2 minutes.
What we do now is we start to put the tomatoes on the lobster.
Oh, that's so beautiful. And pièce de résistance. Oh, Marco, that is a poem.
Okay, you've got 30 minutes to do it in. 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Fine.
This one's
Oh, my God.
Right, you ready to go in? Okay.
Bye-bye, our fishy friends. Oh, I jumped in. He jumped in.
Adele's lobster willingly committed suicide. It jumped into the pot. Oh, in my face.
I'm getting really frustrated now.
There.
That's it. Yeah. How come you haven't got any green stuff in yours?
I didn't have any poo in it. I had an unfair advantage, really, because when I opened up my lobster, it had no green roe and brain sack in it.
Are we taking everything out? What are we taking out?
Yeah, you leave the tail, and then everything else that can come out will come out.
Look, that's right, isn't it?
Well, Abby's come out looked like it had had a car wash from the inside. It was gleaming. And mine and Barry's had this dark green snot stuff. It was absolutely filthy on the inside. I don't know what that lobster had been eating.
Come on. Thank you. Come on. Let's see your lobsters. And you can see why it's not on the menu, can't you?
Oh, thank God it's not on the menu. Yeah.
Do I make it look really easy or something?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you do.
Splitting the shell was a nightmare.
Abigail, I'm very impressed.
Yeah.
I've got to say, I'm really impressed.
Looks amazing.
It looks like it's cooked perfectly as well. No seasoning, but I've got to say, fantastic.
Well done, Abby.
Barry,
Found your calling.
that lobster looks like it did about 7 rounds with you, mate.
No.
He went down, didn't he?
He didn't get back up again, sadly.
Well, I've got to say, Abigail wins it. For the simple reason is because she followed my instructions. Thank you very much. Well done. Clear down. We'll start.
Thank you for that, Marco.
Pleasure.
So Marco using a concoction comprising 50% olive oil and 50% butter, or as he calls it, shampoo. Well, since Hell's Kitchen opened, they've got through quite a lot of produce, and if Marco carries on like this, the phrase "there's plenty more fish in the sea" may soon be obsolete. Yes, 1 week in, and our celebrities have cooked more meals than our diners have had hot dinners. Quite a lot more.
You have no idea how much food we're going through.
It's incredible.
There are so many ingredients there, and every single one of them needs to be chopped or diced.
Bloody potatoes. I seem to have peeled thousands of them.
Fish, they've got to be prepared, they've got to be shelled.
Oh!
I feel like I've chopped 1 million shallots.
It seems like thousands of scallops.
Is this chocolate going with this one?
Yes!
And where's the sauce?
That's a different souffle.
We're still prepping right up until the people start to come in at 7. That's nearly a full working day of nothing but chopping leeks, tomatoes, shucking oysters.
Probably approximately 7,500 bottles of wine have been drank in the restaurant.
Cheers!
3 pigeon, 2 turbot, 1 sole.
I'm here for a free dinner.
Does everyone know what they want? It's quite difficult to grasp the concept of each individual dish, let alone cook the blinking thing.
Sorry, John, he's not serving any more food this evening.
I've never been thrown out of a restaurant in my life.
I'm not taking that kind of SHIT.
I don't want your food anyway, piss off.
Well, it's time now for a Hell's Kitchen recipe. Now, Marco Pierre White is a culinary guru. He prides himself on working with unusual and exotic ingredients sourced from the most far-flung regions of our ever-expanding world. So here he is cooking a fish from Dover.
What we're going to cook is Dover sole bonfam. It's Dover sole with mushrooms and a cream sauce. The first thing we do, cut off the skirt. Take the head off, tail off. Dover sole, in my opinion, is one of the finest fish in the sea. It's got great flavour, it's got great texture. The Dover sole's going to be cooked with wild mushrooms. We've got the girole, the chanterelle, and the trompette de la mort. We never wash them. We never wash any of the mushrooms. Because a mushroom is like a sponge, and when you fry it, the water's released, it becomes quite soggy, so you lose that natural texture of the mushroom. What we'll do now is make the sauterne sauce. Shallots, then we just have some buttered mushrooms. In with the shallots, in with the mushrooms. All we want is a tiny bit of colour in the mushrooms, that's all. Sauterne. It's a sweet white wine. Reducing down very rapidly. My first boss used to say to me when I was a young boy, it doesn't matter what it costs, as long as you achieve the desired effect. And that's why in all the years I was a head chef, it was all about what was on the plate. When it came to charging the price, I just made them up. I just thought it was quite important to be the most expensive restaurant in Britain. I think there's a percentage of people who just want to go and get stung, but they got a good value. Fish stock and the jus blonde. Just give it some body. As you can see around the edge of the pan, it's starting to stain. And so Before we put the cream in, we'll change the pan, otherwise that'll stain our sauce. Now we add the cream. Got that nice honey colour. When I was a cook, I was always being behind my stove. And the reason why I retired from cooking is because I don't want to be behind my stove 6 nights a week. And if I'm really honest, I was being judged by people who have less knowledge than me. So what are 3 stars in the Michelin truly worth? Not a lot. Clarified butter. And this fish will take about 6 minutes to cook. So again, about 4 minutes in the oven. Now for the wild mushrooms. Just coat them in the butter. A little lemon juice on the girolles. Season, and then we'll put them under the grill. Next, strain the sauce. So then what we do is we put these in here. So there's our fish on the plate. As you can see, I'm just allowing the mushrooms and the sole to show themselves off. And there is the sole with wild mushrooms. Simple dish, perfect, delicious.
So, Dover sole with mushrooms and a buttery sauce. For the fish, it must have been like being back in the English Channel, covered in fungus and swimming in grease. Well, as another service loomed, Marco prepared to gather his troops together, looked them squarely in the eye and thought, where the bloody hell are the rest of them? As gradually it dawned on him that each of our chefs was going to have to do the work of 2 men, although luckily those 2 men were Lee and Jim.
Kelly went last night, Jim departed this morning, so it's going to be a logistical nightmare tonight. I'll give it a go. I'll mess up, don't worry about that, but...
Listen, Mr. McGuigan, would you have a little bit more confidence in yourself, please?
Yeah.
Because it's starting to wind me up, mate.
So I'm on my own on the meat tonight. Oh my God. It's gonna be ridiculously hard, but it, we like a challenge.
It's probably just a little bit of a harder push.
Harder push and I might shit myself.
I feel very nervous about tonight's service, there's no doubt about it.
As we're one man down, it's going to be a lot more intense and there's going to be a lot more pressure, but I think that makes it exciting and but also nerve-wracking.
The reality is my job is to keep them balanced and not to have one team stronger than the other. It's going to be a very tough service. Again, we've got 76 customers. If we've ever had to work as a team...
It's now.
It's now. And, you know, we're tired, we're fatigued, you know, but we haven't yet let them beat us. No matter what they've thrown at us, we've always delivered. I ask you again to be concentrated, strong, respectful, as I will be to yourselves. Wish you a good service.
Thanks, Marco.
Thank you. As always, thank you very much for your support.
Thank you.
Thank you. There's now 3 of us. Less than a week ago, there was 5 of us. But this is going to be, I think, mostly the hardest service we've had in many ways. If we pull together and we fight together as a unit, I think we might get through. Have a good service, OK? How do we juggle our way through it? I don't know yet. If we can. Are you scared?
Do you remember our first service on the Sunday night? Well, I do, and he said we wouldn't feed 76, and I said we would, and we did.
Okay.
So we're going to get through tonight.
I'm ready to play.
It's just like what it is on the telly.
We are starving, aren't we? Oh, absolutely. We're absolutely dying of hunger. We're all big fans of Marco. Yeah, we love Marco.
Haven't thrown anybody out yet?
No, it's all right. It's still early, I suppose, you know.
We're going to be so well behaved.
Oh, no, you've got to be yourself.
We've gone for the red kitchen because we're all dear friends of Brian. So we're going to support the red team.
I'm really going for the blues tonight. I don't know, I just think probably Barry's probably not the best cook, but he's just a lovely guy.
Marco wants to meet you, Jane. No, he doesn't.
You are such a...
that seat.
I've seen your face.
Do you know, I went a bit... oh my God.
We are the loose women, and I think that we do need to meet the rebel chef. We've had a rumour that Marco's got, like, the biggest...
I'm hoping and praying it's going to go really well. please. Ooh.
Marco Samage, blue team.
Samage, 2 consomme, 2 caviar.
Yes, Marco.
So the red team trying not to let Jim's absence speed them up too much. Well, over the last week, viewers will no doubt have learnt that the secret of cooking, as with comedy, is timing, because it's essential that each chef learns precisely how long it takes until the scallops are raw, the veal is undercooked, and the brioche burnt to a cinder.
Table 18, I want my ragu, I want my ragu. Come on, I want my ragu. How long, Paul? How long, Barry?
6 minutes, hopefully. 6 minutes.
Get your timings right.
I didn't realise timings were so important. Marco works on timings.
On order, red team. 1 scallop straight in, away straight after 1 sole. Get 1 sole in now. 1 salmon, 1 veal, 1 turbot.
The service, if you're on fish like me, is very stressful.
At the same time, 1 sole, 1 salmon, 1 veal, 1 turbot. Yes?
Yes, Marco!
Thank you very much.
There's the ragu to get out, the scallops to get out.
We've got 1 minute 30 seconds on the first scallops.
And then there's the salmon and the sole and the turbot, all of which have different timings.
Maybe 7 for the second ones.
Yeah, here we are.
Okay.
That's the first. I do not like that sort of pressure and stress. It's just not me. You literally need 1 person on the timer.
Yeah, you do.
Just keep Marco happy.
You set the timer?
Yeah.
On order, blue team, 1 ragu, 3 caviar, 2 turbot.
Yes, Marco.
Where's my ragu, Paul?
Ragu is going to be 1 minute, Marco.
No, it's not going to be 1 minute. It's not going to be 1 minute.
This evening I'd got 3 timers, but I needed 5. So I'm actually starting to guess now.
How long for 1 ragu?
2 minutes, Marco.
No, it's not. It's not 2 minutes. It's not 2 minutes. I mean, Paul, I don't know. Paul.
Just 1 second. Yes.
I don't think you realise the
getting a lemon for you.
seriousness of the service. The service is very, very serious.
When Marco says, where's my scallops? I just make up a number and hope I'm right.
How long? How long? How long?
Scallops are 6 minutes, Marco.
Main course.
All right, main course is 4 minutes, Marco.
How long?
3.
No, we can't have this. What's
That's
3 minutes?
just about to be turned.
What else?
It gets very confusing. It gets very confusing.
Where's the ragu, Paul? Where's the ragu? Paul?
Yes?
Are you listening? What did I say tonight? You've got to listen.
Just watch that for a second.
Paul, what's that sole?
What's that? Just about to be turned.
You f***ing hands, mate. Where's those other 2 scrapers? Get for it. Get that salmon in, Paul.
It's in. Oh, salmon in, yes.
Get it on now. On now.
Here we go.
So I'm waiting now for 2 salmon, 1 sole, 1 pied de cochon.
2.5 minutes on the scallops.
We've got this really good thing with the scallops. Because they take 7 minutes, Marco just likes to hear an answer back.
Scallops are coming. Watch yourself.
How long for 1 scallops?
4 minutes,
3
30
ragu.
seconds.
Scallops. 6 minutes. OK, thank you. It's like, it's not really. They haven't even gone in the oven yet.
30 seconds on the second scallops.
How long for you? 2 consomme, 1 caviar, 1 scallops. The last scallops going.
The last scallops is 3.5 minutes. The timers are amazing, and the timers help you with Marco, because he's a time man. And if you yell a time at him, he's happy. How long are the scallops? 3 days!
How long? How long?
Scallops are coming in 4 minutes and 30 seconds.
Thank you very much.
Scallops, 30 seconds.
Give me the scallop. Give me. 1 scallops, 1 caviar away, please.
We are working like clockwork. So we're working really well together as a team. There's timers going off all over the joint. Beep, 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 beep.
Keep on pushing like this and we'll get there, OK?
Yes, Marco.
Thank you very much.
1 minute to the scallops.
Timer. Someone get that timer, please.
I want my scallop. You told me 1 minute for my
Scallops
scallop.
are here.
Well done.
Thanks, Marco.
It's your best service yet. Would you agree with me?
Yes.
Marco.
Would you say it was your best service or not?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
So far.
There you are.
I love my timer. I miss my timer.
Now, it's been said that at home with Peter Crouch, Abby very much wears the trousers. Joe Wiley kissing me. She had the scallops. Yes, as we're about to find out, Abby may have the face of an angel, but she also has the voice of a Liverpudlian fishwife. A powerful combination in the kitchen.
Just tell them we've got none left. No dessert. Try and not give anyone soufflés. I don't get satisfaction from saving people at all. What I get satisfaction from is that I got it out on time without any mistakes.
Not in the plate. You can crack the plate for sake.
Okay.
Come on,
Oh my God, I'm losing it.
You are losing it. Shouting at the pass with your mates.
Couldn't care less if they eat or not.
What are you doing?
I've got 18 people to feed.
Yeah, I know. I told you you're going to be a bit busy.
So scared. Barry, will you put do you want chocolate for me?
Yes.
Please. Yeah, can you pour a little bit of cream and go round to Brian and get the raspberry sauce?
Raspberry sauce.
I'm just screaming and gaily like, ah! But I need help. Roger. Oh, can you get me a black tray, please?
Black tray, get out.
Just there. Yeah, I need a strawberry doing.
I'm doing the strawberry now.
Thank you.
She soon brings the whole of the kitchen into her to shout. She just screams for attention.
Where's Roger? I need some mint. Any mint?
Is that going to be in here?
She's got everyone running around.
Yeah.
Abby's worse than me. Because she will... Whereas I will get an order and do it, Abby will stop and go, Raspberry, could someone get me a tray?
20-odd portions.
Service! Come back.
And when we're doing service, I would get to the pass and go service. She's yelling it from the ovens. Service! Service! Abby yelled service from the hot plate. And she's like, I need this. She just yelled hurting.
Oh, I know. She goes, get me a tray.
I'm doing it now.
No, she's
Works for her. She's like, service from the hot plate. Service!
Give me a tray. Sort that to 10 out. Move that.
Do you think she's got lots of servants at home?
I think she's got one big tall one.
If I did that, they'd be like, shut up. But with her, it's funny and adorable.
We did well.
Yeah?
Thanks,
Right,
Barry.
thanks. Yeah, you did. Really good.
Barry apparently doing all the work, and all he gets at the end of the night is a hug and a kiss from Abby. Probably worth it. And so to last night, and as a juggernaut laden with our diner's empties headed off for the nearest bottle bank, those few guests still able to hold a pen set about filling in their diner's verdicts.
Blue team, one and ta-ta-tan, Samaj.
Yes,
Where, come on, Abigail. Well done, Barry. You've had your best night since we've been here.
Thank you very much.
Can you set to 190 for me? How we've done it.
Good night.
I would say yes, but, you know, sod's law. We'll be told it was rubbish.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I just thought it was as good as any restaurant that I would be in London.
That's the last table of the red team. See, that was an easy idea, Mike.
Well done, girls.
Yeah, well done.
A week ago, Tim.
Dessert was bloody awful. Oh, get Brian off desserts.
Well done, mate. How was it for you?
Not that hard.
We can't speak with orgasmic. We're organic. Organic, sorry.
Got enough fun?
Yeah, we've done it. Thank you.
The food that we ate tonight was as good as what he was doing in Harvey's. Really that good.
I've got to say one thing. I think all of you had your best evening yet in Hell's Kitchen.
Yo.
I think you all lifted your game. Barry had his very best night yet.
I think I've done the best I could.
I think you had your best night.
Yeah.
I think you must have had yours.
Yeah.
You had yours.
Brian broke the record.
I think you had your best night. And I think you've had your best night, Anneka. Yeah. And I believe that the 6 people who are here today, I'd like to think that you'd all be very happy staying another week with me if you're voted back in.
Here are some of the comments made by the diners of the Red Kitchen. Starter. The caviar starter would be my last meal if I was on death row.
Oh.
I did not want it to end. Fantastic. Main course, the veal was dreamy. I would like to know who cooked it and shake their hand.
Make you shake my hand anytime.
Dessert. Only one strawberry really tasted of anything.
Excuse me. We cook them, we don't grow them.
And the cream tasted of musty vanilla. It was not pleasant.
Get a life.
Yeah, I'm over it.
Blue Kitchen, here are some of your comments. Starter. The scallops were melt in the mouth, but could have been warmer.
Yeah, but...
Get them any hotter.
I can't even pick the damn thing up.
Hold them.
The fish was dry and insipid, and the fennel tasted medical. Dessert, on the other hand...
Yeah, he went numb down the left side.
The lemon tart was angel food.
Oh, wicked.
Better than sex.
Oh!
So here are tonight's diners' verdicts for the red and the blue teams. The average score for the blue kitchen is 8 out of 10. Very good.
For the fifth night, for the fifth night.
And the average score for the red kitchen is
8.5.
8.5.
The red team won! The Reds won, which was a great feeling, I think, especially for Adele, who'd really been thrown in at the deep end with Jim leaving so suddenly.
We got 8 out of 10 and the Reds got 8.5. But I think on a whole we cooked really well. Paul was fantastic, Barry was fantastic.
Thank you very much. Do you have my chargers?
I was like a well-oiled machine tonight, and we got some lovely comments. By the way, how many did we serve?
Just say one.
38 and 38. Equal. Yeah.
Ironically enough, although there are only 3 of us in each kitchen, I think we've done better than we've done the entire service so far. So,
cheers to all of you.
Cheers. Can we go to bed?
Please, at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, be here for me, because I've got a surprise for you. You'll like it. Trust me, you'll like it. It might tilt you off balance for a short little while, but you will like it, trust me.
Can you tell us?
No, I'll tell you in the morning.
I hate surprises.
Must now, it's a very good night.